just want you to come to me. They just want me to...
Hey, yo, what's good, you guys? It's Boomer with Bali Star, and today we're getting into KSI gets destroyed with video response. I'm guessing from homie here, you know what I'm saying? This is another video by Jamari, you feel me? So the saga continues, I'm guessing. I mean, overall, I don't think this is a big deal. You already know the deal if you watch my last video, man. This is just, it's whatever, you feel me? But, you know, my boy's in this, you know, so our boy KSI is in this, you feel me? So, yeah, man, make sure y'all leave a like, support the video if you enjoy it, subscribe if you're new, so that we can join up with the all-star gang up in this thing. Let's get straight on into it, man. Real quick, make sure you check out that brand new music video you saw at the beginning of the video. If you didn't, you skipped to this part, man, make sure you watch it. It'll be at the end of the video, man. Brand new music video, bruh. But, yeah, man, let's go.
So I just wanted to put a nice little bow on this KSI versus Wade Flem situation because, man, are things heating up, and is KSI making himself look even worse by essentially doubling down on his original statements about this guy Wade during his backhanded apology he gave on his podcast.
Wade is obviously allowed to have his opinion on anything. He can, you know, it's a free society. You can say whatever you want, do whatever you want. That's cool. But I'm okay. I'm allowed to hate on it as well. Like, yeah. I'm allowed to not like his opinion.
Disagree with his opinion.
So of course everyone is allowed to have their own opinion. But when you and this other guy, Mams Taylor, who publicly fired Wade on Twitter Spaces because y'all's...
Hold on. Homie fired that dude, you feel me? KSI didn't fire him. Unless he told him behind the scenes. Again, I don't know.
Those were bruised, are spearheading this Misfits company. It's a horrible look to treat one of your most dedicated employees and collaborators like this, all because he wasn't riding your dong like all the other men in your circle. At the end of the day, this whole situation, at the very least, should have been kept to a private conversation. This is where the real problem with this so-called apology comes in, as he starts lying on Wade's name once again, putting his integrity in question.
The reason why I was like, he's two-faced, is because behind the scenes, he's there like, this tag team idea, brilliant, I love it. Mm-hmm. And then online, he's there like, not sure about this, don't think this is a good idea, da-da-this, da-da-da. I'm like, bro, you one minute you're saying you like it to me in private, and publicly you're saying what the public want to hear. So with Wade, he just wants to constantly
be on everyone's good side, as a journalist would.
Yeah, he's got to play the game. That is his job.
Yo, that logo's dope. The skulls. My bad. It's just like, I just thought that was sick.
Yeah, well, I guess, obviously, that's going to rub me the wrong way.
And you can tell his sidemen co-host are in the most respectful to KSI way possible, trying to, at the very least, throw Wade some bail. It's like when you know your boy's in the wrong about something and he's trying to get you to still hype him up. Sometimes you just gotta keep it real and tell your homie that what they're doing is messed up. And as a journalist, all this man Wade really has is his integrity to not be biased in his assessments of these situations. To me, that's why this guy has built an audience, because you go to him to see past all the smoke and mirrors involved with this influencer boxing.
So it could have been simple, like this guy, he was like, girl character.
You could have bugged out to him directly and been like, I don't agree with this.
I don't rate
Yeah.
And
So I've talked to Mans about him on firing you. I think that was a bit far. My outburst was uncalled for, so my bad. I'm sorry for the tweets.
I don't agree with this.
I don't rate this.
Yeah.
And
So I've talked to Mans about him on firing you. I think that was a bit far. My outburst was uncalled for, so my bad. I'm sorry for the tweets. However, I just don't feel comfortable talking to you, fam. We can be civil publicly, but your comments just rubbed me the wrong way, just like Kavos does or other people. You can have your opinions, go crazy, but it don't mean I have to like it.
It's so ironic that KSI is dying on this hill about having the right to have an opinion when he cried to Twitter to light this man on fire and try and really rally his troops against him over a simple opinion himself. That is the only reason people with big platforms go public with this type of information like this, is to send some heat that person's way. And this doubling down on his bad apology would not bode over well, even with the biggest KSI sack sniffers. And soon I will show you why it won't age well, because Wade came with the receipts. But before that, if you don't want your face aging like KSI's weak apologies, you need to check out today's video sponsor, Teach Hands. With Teach,
Stupid.
I feel is or cancel. They're telling you got a journey to.
Take Final Cut Pro to the next level with the ultimate bundle, just $99.
Think you're a fake dude who just plays to the crowd and tells the audience what they want to hear.
The apologies themselves don't make up for the words that were said to me. The attacks on my character, personally and professionally, saying that I am one way behind the scenes and one way on camera, I can promise you guys it's not the truth. I'm going to prove it to every one of you guys that supported me right now. So, KSI made a video, or was a part of a video on Side Plus, and he addressed the situation, and by doing so showed me that not only is this apology that was tweeted at this almost exact same time Mams Taylor tweeted it, and I know exactly why, starting to ring hollow, but that he's not even trying to hide the fact that they're lying.
So obviously Wade was not happy, and when I say he came with the receipts to prove KSI is lying, I mean it.
What I said about tag team boxing on camera is the same thing that I said behind the scenes, and I can show you guys on screen now that I have the receipts to prove it. January 28th was my tweet about tag team boxing, where I said, and I think a quote tweet of Fred's, that I needed to see it, but on the surface of it, I didn't like it. Because as a combat sports commentator, I have seen things tried, like multiple man fights in MMA, where guys get absolutely battered with their head turns and caved in. So of course, I was concerned when I heard tag team boxing, because this is already a niche in the sport of boxing that a lot of guys that don't box are coming into, or learning how to box, and then on top of that, on a couple of weeks' notice, are going to learn how to tag team box.
So initially he was concerned with the safety of the whole tag team boxing concept. He even shows that this potential fighter, Brendan, had no idea what the rules would be, or how this tag team fight would even go.
How does a tag team boxing match actually run? What are the rules like?
Well, Mams hasn't completely explained everything to me, but I was down because I really want to fight Stromedy, and I think that me and Pineda joining forces would be sick. It'd be like a father and son boxing match, you know?
How long does the rounds last, and how many rounds are there?
I don't know.
Wade also explains that he hasn't even talked to KSI since the concept of the tag team was thought up. Before he made this a public statement, he also texted Mams Taylor privately to let him know he would be releasing a critical statement about it.
I sent a text to Mams Taylor. Hey Mams, just wanted to let you know I'm recording a video on this tag team idea. I'm going to be honest with the people. Just my opinion, but I don't like it. And I go into why, but that's all. And then Mams Taylor says, you never mentioned that to me when we spoke about it, and maybe I could tell you more about it before you do that. I guess he meant to say, so you have the full picture. Mams Taylor and I never spoke about tag team boxing, and I never once told Mams Taylor it was a brilliant idea that I loved, which is why I said in my reply, we never spoke about it. We spoke about a pro tournament that you had planned. All I heard of this was rumor until today. I'd gladly hear more about it for sure. Just doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
And if that does not scream integrity, I really don't know what does. He really didn't have to say shit to this guy if he didn't want to. And then this one clip is the reason that KSI said that he was being a hater.
The reason you'd have to tag out is because imagine someone is faking like they're going to go tag, right? Like they step into that circle, they turn, boom, and throw the right hand over, you know? You can get some like safety issues can be a real thing here. This is why this, like, again, I told everybody involved I need to see this before I really make a judgment on it.
So no, I didn't hate tag team boxing. I didn't like the idea of it because of the health and safety involved with the fighters. I never said I loved the idea behind the scenes. I said that I wasn't quite sure about it. It didn't make sense to me. And I was showing people how it could possibly operate if done safely. So, KSI, you flat out lied here.
Wade then goes on to say that once he saw proof of the tag team concept being somewhat safe, he complimented the idea of this type of boxing match being put on. Wade then shares another video where he proved he's not just a yes man for KSI when he checked him during this interview.
I think Swarms is a better fighter than Alex Fasano.
Really?
Yes, because at least he can get into the ring.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Wait, what about Alex? Where's Alex?
Yeah.
Couldn't even make it into the ring, so.
Listen, you know, obviously Alex is got the concussion issues. We want to make sure that we sensitive to that. It is what it is, right? We move on. There's a difference between playing both sides and saying what people want to hear and being unbiased to both sides to make sure that I don't lean one way or another. And that's what I do.
This is where things get really interesting in my mind, because Wade then alludes to the idea that this blood also went bad when he announced his involvement and investment in another energy company.
In hot water, or things were an issue, or I was pissing people off behind the scenes, was because I had an energy drink that I dared to say was scientifically better than Prime. When I was asked on Twitter for my honest opinion about my drink, one that I have partnered with and am invested in, and believe in the product for, that doesn't contain any caffeine, that doesn't contain any sugar, I spoke honestly. When someone said, is it better than Prime? I said, in my opinion, yes. But I also, in that same tweet thread, responding to someone else that had said, oh, Wade, you're coming for Prime, I said, they're in their lane, I'm in mine.
Now, we all know Prime could be the business venture to retire not only KSI's grandkids, but also his grandkids' grandkids. I'm talking about an exit in the hundreds of millions of dollars for both him and Logan. So Wade says behind the scenes they gave him shit about this. He also highlights the fact that he was fired with this clown telling him to essentially go have fun with a competitor.
I was offered to commentate Kingpin's tournament, and I turned that offer down multiple times because just like I told Kingpin, and just like I told Mams, I wanted to help build Misfits and DAZN together. I wanted to help build the influencer boxing scene, and I saw Misfits and DAZN as the best way to do that.
So not only does he inform this guy that he was going to be critical, he then turns down money and opportunities from the competition and was always very transparent about it. I mean, it sounds like he kept it about as real as possible. And overall, this video went very well for Wade, getting over 65,000 likes to less than 600 dislikes. And on a video critical of one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform, that's quite the ratio. So then KSI responds with another apology this morning, but it's safe to say...
Oh, man. We all human, man. This whole thing has just been a big misunderstanding. Both want the same thing. Success for everyone in the influencer boxing. Wade is a good guy. I missed it completely. My bad, man.
That the damage has already been done, and I think the ties have likely been severed. It's obvious to me at this point that this dude, Mams Taylor, was likely feeding KSI lies to try and make Wade look bad, and essentially turn JJ against him. It's just
what a twist!
To me that you're calling one guy a snake, and
oh, damn, that's an M. Night Shyamalan type shit. KSI. I'm like, what if it really was that dude? You know what I'm saying? That KSI told, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, possibly, you know, oh boy, you know what I'm saying? Fire him. Nah, like, because I was like, dude, it was him. I said it in the beginning of the video. That was him that said that. KSI didn't tweet anything about that. But again, he could have told him behind the scenes to do that. But I'm saying the twist is, like, what if KSI didn't even tell him at all? You feel me? And he just, like, you know, going off of, like, KSI's energies, you know, why would you say, like, you know, like, well, not why would you say that, but it's like, you know, I don't agree with you, KSI, I don't agree with you. You're, you know, like, you're not doing this anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's, like, because, again, I said, you know, but, yeah.
I lied to try and make Wade look bad, and essentially turn JJ against him. It's just crazy to me that you're calling one guy a snake and two-faced, when in reality, it's your business partner who should be described that way. And he also really didn't do his due diligence.
I look at him a little bit, like, I look into him a little bit, bro. Pause. For some reason.
To make sure that Mams Taylor was feeding him accurate information. I'm telling you guys, this guy KSI does seem to have quite the ego. He's used to having his strokes, he's used to the yes men, and he better be careful who he's letting into his inner circle, even if they're making him a lot of money. But y'all let me know what you guys think about this down below. As always, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know,
I'm pretty happy I did.
Superman.
Well, in terms of the twist, I'm like, because what if? And I really think that's a big maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But, you know, the way the video ended, you know what I'm saying? Like, pretty much went with agreement with what I was thinking. And so I was like, oh, okay. So, like, but then, I don't know. Then again, to be continued. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know your thoughts about it down in the comment section down below. You already know it's Boomer with Bali Star. Make sure to leave a like just below the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new so that we can join up with the all-star gang up in this thing. Make sure you go check out that new music video right now in a couple seconds, man. I'll holla 100.
She turned up, she turned out. Yeah, she turned. Hey, praise to the Most High, the Most High. I pray when life gets tight, it gets tight. Posted with chakra beads and rosaries. I pray He guides my way. Covered in chakra beads and rosaries. I've had better days, so I give praise to the Most High.